Happy holidays, everyone. There's two certain things that don't overlap, and that's dieting in the holidays. But if you truly want to stick to your plans during the holidays, keep watching. What are the things to remember? Second off, what are the things to avoid? I couldn't pick either, so I decided it's gonna be a double list today, where I go over 3 things we should avoid and 3 things we should keep in mind. Starting off this list, we have our first avoid, which is skipping meals. Now, you might be thinking, hold up, if I skip meals, just want to get less calories, that's just a cause for low blood sugar levels and you get annoying to be around. It's this whole issue. Second thing is, with these blood sugar issues, they open a whole new can of worms. And that's if you lose your blood sugar control. Wow, whatever my script said. You're gonna have a hard time controlling your cravings. Think of it this way. If you skipped a meal, went to grandma's, your body's natural reaction is going to be to grab everything, sit down, and start mowing down. I don't even mean just the food. I mean the silverware, the tables, frick, the people. You're gonna be eating grandma herself. You're like the big bad wolf from that one story. Now, let's move on to our first remember. Now, how should you stick to moderation? So let's be honest, my version of moderation is to moderate my plate with 8 brownies and 12 cookies. Now, there's just a few gists of it. First, I'd say load up on veggies, protein, all the healthy things, and a good rule is, if you're at a physical party, if it's a single meal, it won't make a difference. So have a brownie, have a cookie. No more though, because when you start getting up to like the plate of desserts, that's when things start getting a little iffy, you know? This is because if you're eating in a 700 calorie deficit a day, let's just say, and you eat 300 calories worth of desserts, you go up to 400, that's 300 more. It's not gonna make that much of a difference. And even then, even if you somehow eat up to your maintenance and just freaking cookies, it's a single day lost. And again, if you stick to like once a week, it's not that much of an issue. But what if you really wanted to lock in? What if you wanted to stay in a deficit no matter what? And that's where we segment into our second block. I'd advise to avoid liquid calories and desserts, and yes, I just said a brownie or 2 is okay. But if you're generally adamant about keeping a calorie deficit in the holidays, I don't think this is like this rule is definitely for you. What I mean by that is that usual desserts are so weirdly high calorie, like great for bulking. Even then, still a little much to be honest. Not only are they calorie dense due to sugar and fats, but they also have like the perfect balance of sugar and fats, keep that in mind, and salt too. It's like this concoction that specifically makes you want to eat it. So you keep coming back for more, and then it's just like a little cycle. Your body loves it, you eat more. And again, liquid calories, and I don't mean like coffee and tea, you know, like I just mean don't be putting a bunch of sugars in them, like colas, sweet teas, things that have an unbelievably high calorie count. So in this case, since we're talking about the holidays, think like eggnog, hot chocolate, martinis, ooh, classic. All of these drinks have high calorie kind of contents in them. No segment because there's no way from going to hot chocolate to activity. But for our second remember is to stay active. There's 2 things staying active does well for you, especially during a fat loss phase. The first and the most obvious is you keep you burning calories more effectively. If you're doing more activity, you're generally going to be burning more calories. I mean, it's pretty obvious why. Especially since it's cold, you're gonna be burning that extra oomph of calories. Especially if you drink caffeine, maybe dieting during the winter isn't that bad after all. Generally, staying active just means doing cardio, weight training, and getting a good amount of sleep. The second thing that being active does is keep your mind occupied. If you just got done with a long run and you're at grandma's house, you're really gonna think twice about grabbing a plate of cookies. Especially since most of the time, good activity is paired with good actions. It really just goes hand in hand. Not even talking about the slew of health benefits staying active gives you. Now, rounding out our little roundabout, our last avoid for the day is to actually avoid planning ahead. Now, wait, isn't planning ahead literally strategies bodybuilders use to get shredded? Do you want to know the difference between you and a bodybuilder? It's that's their entire damn life. Think about it this way. If they're going on a 16-week cut for prep, every last piece of food they eat is going to be given to them by a coach. If they can't even plan it for themselves while cutting, what makes you think you can? I always hated the idea of budgeting for the day. Just like freaking eat good food. It's not that hard, just don't overeat it. Stick to like a general calorie goal. Just make sure you hit your protein and just move on to the next day if you fail. Everything's kind of coming full circle here, as I keep bringing up a point that's not to binge. The final topic of the day is to remember never having an all or nothing mindset. Yes, that's kind of a void topic, but you get the point. Having that for dieting can lead to stress and anxiety on an already pretty stressful time. Like, trust me, as a guy who lost 100 pounds before, I know just how shitty dieting is. This can also lead to burnout, which leads you into the all side of the all or nothing. Basically, ensuing you just failed your diet. Don't binge. So remember, avoid skipping meals. Remember to enjoy moderation. Avoid liquid calories and dessert. Remember to stay active. Avoid planning ahead. Remember to never partake in an all or nothing mindset. You should be fine dieting during the holidays. How can I insult them for cutting during Thanksgiving? Go for my Thanksgiving video, coming out soon. And it relates pretty well to this one. Subscribe. You know, it would be just like a little bit funny if you made this outro, or this, just in my face right here, the